So on this one, now we're dividing. So how do we divide fractions? Well, let me remind you, what we do for dividing is we do keep the first fraction, change the sign in the middle to the symbol in the middle to multiply, and then flip this fraction. Keep, change, flip. Now I don't want that just to be some math rule without any good reason. Why do we do that? Well, think about if we took 10 and we divided it by 2. If you had 10 candy bars and you divided among 2 people, they'd each get 5 candy bars, right? Now, what if you said, okay, I've got 10 candy bars. I'm gonna multiply by half. I'm gonna take half of the 10 candy bars. How many candy bars do you get? Well, it's still 5, isn't it? Half of 10 is 5. Half of 10 is 5, just like 10 divided by 2 is 5. Those are 2 different ways of saying the same thing, aren't they? So notice that if you change the sign in the middle from divide to multiply, you've got to flip the one on the right, and that way the answer comes out the same. So that's how we know that dividing and multiplying are just upside down of each other, right? I'm just looking at those 2 real life examples. Half of 10 is 10 divided by 2 is 5, and half of 10 is 5. Either way, same thing. Okay. So that proves that it's correct that if you change the sign in the middle from divide to times, then you have to flip the one on the right, not the one on the left, but the one on the right, right? All right, so let's do it. So what do we have? 9y, here, let me do this, and we'll do this over here. Okay, and we got 9y to the 12th, z to the 6th. It's going to be times in the row. So the first fraction, we keep it the same. The second fraction, we've changed to times. And then the symbol in the middle, we've changed times. And then the second fraction, we flip. So the z to the 6th goes on the top, and the 4y to the 4th, the z to the 11th on the bottom. All right, we good? So that's how we handle divide. We're not done yet, though. We got to simplify now, because they said divide and then simplify. So for divide, we changed them all. We keep, change, flip. Keep the first fraction as it is, change to times, flip the one on the right, because that's what's true. Dividing by 2 is the same as multiplying by a half. Okay, now what do we do from here? Well, we combine things. So how can I do that? Let me see here. We combine them into 1. So 9 on the top, and 4 times 4, 10. Let's use your calculator. I think that's, what is that? No, 40, 56. All right. And by the way, nothing was in common there. You know, if that was like a 3 instead of a 4, I would have gone 3 into 9 3 times. Right? I would have reduced that. If you can reduce anything, top and bottom, then you do that. But we couldn't. 4 has nothing in common with 9, and 9 and 14 don't have anything. If this was like an 18 down here, I would have got 9 into 18 2 times. You know, I would have simplified that. Or even if it was like a 12, I would have gone, okay, divide by 3. They're both divisible by 3. Would have left a 4. Would have left a 3. Because 9 and 12 are both divisible by 3. So if the numbers top and bottom have anything in common, then we do that. We reduce it. But 9 and 14, there's nothing that goes into 9 and 14. And then same thing with 9 and 4. Remember, we can go diagonally. We reduce top to bottom, either straight down or diagonally down. But in this case, nothing's in common. Right? 9 and 14 have nothing in common. 9 and 4 have nothing in common. So then we just multiply. 4 times 14 is 56, and just bring the 9 over. Okay, now what about the letters? Now we just handle the letters. So we got y to the 12th on the top. On the bottom, we have y to the 6th, y to the 4, which is y to the 10. And when it comes to the z's, we have z to the 6th, z to the 6th, which is z to the 12th. On the bottom, z to the 11th. And then we do one more step of simplification. And we'll be done. Okay, so now we'll start with the 9 and the 56 are just staying in the front. When it comes to the y's, what do we do with y to the 12th over y to the 10th? That leaves y squared in the top, doesn't it? because there's 2 more y's. They subtract. And then the z's, same thing, just leaves z. Z to the 1, but we don't write the 1, just z. On the top, because the bigger power is on the top. Right? The answer always ends up wherever the bigger power is. If the bigger one, if the z to the 12th was on the bottom and the z to the 11 on the top, there would have been a z left over on the bottom, right? So wherever there's more, that's where the answer ends up when you do the subtraction. And so there we go. There's the final answer on that one.